ครับ
My
เชิญ
name is Lucky. So, and Josh, Nas, Gift, and two more in our group. So, our objective is to create a campaign which will improve our city that we're living in. We, the benefits that we're gonna bring to the city is bring greener environment to the city and then raise awareness for people to participate in all these activities that they are surrounded by. So we decided to come up with a web app, new innovation of web technology. So we try to put that in our website and then like using scrolling parallax, and then we have the background as to enhance what we want to say. So we divided our topics in six categories. The first one is Go Green and then transportation, recycling, noise, geopad, safety. So these are the points that are the ways that we can improve your city. For the first one, we have Go Green, and where we talk about replanting. At first, you should know that you should plant in your garden first, then you go big from there. And then transportation, that we should use our benefits of public transport, which will save energy by using BTS. And then cycles, which is a Go Green campaign thing. Yeah. And then carpool, where you share cars if you're traveling the same distance. And then we try to bring out the city recycling program, and then where people privately reuse plastic bottles themselves. And then noise is, we can reduce the noise by lowering down the amount of traffic by using public transport. Construction is the main sides that we like. There's a lot of construction, so these are the features that creates noise in a public.
Okay.
And then pets is it's a I think personal issue, I guess, and it affects environment too. Like if your pet don't get vaccines, you get disease, and then it becomes unhygienic. And then getting pets neutered is because so they don't reproduce every day. And street safety, we have crossing the street, how to cross safely, and then pedestrians generally.
All right.
Okay, you want to break? Yeah. Thanks.
So for some of the technology that we used for the website, we used parallax scrolling. This is about 6 or 7 layers of different transparent PNGs that are stacked on top of each other using JavaScript to scroll sideways, allowing for different depth of field to be displayed. That was kind of a fun task to work on. It's a little bit challenging to get the pages to load quickly, but it seems to work pretty well. When you use the mouse wheel, it actually is scrolling the page sideways as opposed to normally vertically. And then it's affecting, with the scrolling, the different layers that I mentioned before. We tried to embed YouTube videos. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but Lucky, can you load the link there? We embedded one YouTube video, but the sizing, we couldn't get it right. But we did put in quite a lot of effort to get it to load.
It's not.
And maybe it won't load, but we were working on that. The JavaScript is actually quite difficult to put together. So we had a little bit of difficulty there. That was going to be our one media, extra media that we were going to use, and because we ran into the difficulty, we added the QR code. So this QR code now, you can scan it with your phone, and it'll give you contact information and the website to go to. So Lucky, do you want to talk about the tablet then? Or? It's on. but you can just show that it, okay. And there goes our presentation.
Whoa.
Anyways, it works on a tablet as well. Yeah, so we scan the QR code and it'll give you the information about our campaign. And we had some other things we were going to talk about. The theories, yeah. It's not working. It's that's enough. It's fine. Just use the menu.
So this is our support theories. Basically, I'm just gonna go through it like real quick because some of the topic we already mentioned. Okay. So this is the layout that we seen earlier, right? This is our just already mentioned it about parallax drawing.
Can you use the microphone?
So this is about the advantages of using this scrolling. This has the ability to create a dynamic interactive user experience that can be very visually appealing, right? And then when you use parallel scrolling, you can just experience through within one page. You don't have to you don't have a lot of navigation to go through different pages. And then typically designer can usually rely on graphic and color to lay the user eyes around the website, right? But with this scrolling, the user can literally be led around the website and in any direction the designer wants. And the theory that I found that really useful for our project is that I use the theory from Albert Bandura, who talk about social learning theories. He thinks that behavior by children imitate caregivers and peers. I mean, basically children learn everything from people around them, and learn and then somehow imitate their behaviors. So basic social concept is that we have three social concepts. One, people can learn through observation. So the basic three things that children learn is that they learn from a life model, as I mentioned earlier, that children learn things from behaviors, from people around them. And then verbal instruction model, which is involve description and explanation of behavior. And then a symbolic model, which involves real or fictional character display behavior in books, film, television program, and online media. This is what I found is really interesting, and I think it's really kind of relate to our project because we try to improve our city, and then everything that we found is really helpful because everything is about our society and our environment. So it's really helpful for children to learn to observe things. And then second one about basic social learning concept is mental state, because mental state are important to learning too. Bandura described that intrinsic reinforcement as a form of internal reward, because when you do something right and you learn something that you think is right, like the pride, the reward, and everything like satisfactions and stuff, and can help you, repeat your action again as the, when the kids learn things and then they get compliments and stuff. So So when the student feel that everything they do is good, they keep doing that again.
Okay.
And then the last concept is that learning does not necessarily lead to a change in behavior, and there is the modeling process. The four of them is that attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. These four is like basic thing that help the behavior continuing to be going on. For example, like for attention, when you do something, you need attention to do something. Because if you don't focus, you don't really, work, right? And after that, you need retention, because retention can be affected by a number of factors. But the ability to pull out the information layer and act on it is vital to observational learning. And then reproduction. After you get your attention, your retention, and then you need your reproduction, because further practice of learned behavior leads to improvement and skill advancement. And after that, motivation. The last one, finally, is in order to observe things to make it, be a success. You have to be motivated to imitate behavior that has been modeled. Reinforcement and punishment play an important role in motivation too. So this is basically the theory that I got for our project.
So the color scheme that we use is like basically blue, green, and white. So it's easy on the eyes, and then you feel like when you read some contents, it's easy for you to read instead of like really strong colors. And the fonts, we just use an easy font that is easier for the yeah. So we use sans serif